I'm in San Diego, California with the new Ford Maverick 2025. It has changes, significant changes compared to the truck. One of the favorites, and one for which there is a long waiting list. So I'm going to tell you what's new with the Ford Maverick in 2025, and if it's worth considering, because obviously if you want a Ford pickup truck with the functionality of a pickup truck, the Ford Maverick is one of the most affordable and competes with the Santa Cruz John, a very popular truck. Stay with me as I tell you what this XLT has. The green one leaving is the XL, but we're going to talk about the XLT. Even though they are very similar in terms of design, I got the XLT here. So they've left me to do or talk a little about what the design changes are. We'll begin with the front grille, which has been widened by a couple of inches. This is not a new generation, but an update of the first generation, which was released in 2022. Its prominent Ford logo, which is part of the new Ford logo, well, not so new anymore, no more than a year and a half, I think. We have functionality below, the height of this compared to one of the Wolves, which is the one we are going to drive, that we are over there. This is an inch higher, and then, well, I will make a complete video about the Wolf to talk about the details. But well, do we have the design of the tires or the design of the rims? Is it different from the XL? In the XLT, we already have a slightly neater design, not more prominent. With the black Ford logo, we have the XLT emblem. And it's a truck that is very simple in itself within its design. Its concept is the truck you're going to use to go to the store where they sell Home Depot, as they call it here. Not to put your wood, your bundles there of dirt for the garden. In other words, it's that type of truck. However, it gives you a load capacity of 1,500 pounds. You have 4,000 pounds of towing capacity. The competition doesn't have this, let's say, the 4-pin connectors here for the trailer. It's something that the Maverick has added in this 2025 is something important that the competition doesn't have. What about fuel economy? We're talking about the XLT in old drive gives you 42, 40, and 42 miles per gallon. That's important. The headlights, here we have bulbs. The headlights were also updated for this version. 2025, which give it a bit more personality, but, well, in terms of design. There you will tell me if you like the Santa Cruz more than the Maverick. The Maverick looks more like a truck, not more like a truck, let's say, in the classic truck style. The Santa Cruz has a slightly more contemporary design. In the rims, forget about it. To tell you, these are 17-inch rims. They have a 65 profile, 8.86 inches wide. And how does the new Maverick handle? 2025, is that the XL model? Well, I'm going to tell you, but before, if you're enjoying the video, give it a like. It doesn't cost you anything. Also, subscribe to the channel. I have events, I have curious facts, accessories, so a lot of content. Subscribe to the Preach Power community. 360 and, well, we continue in the management. Today has been a rainy day in the mountains of San Diego, which continues to provide spectacular scenarios. We would have preferred a sunnier day, but that doesn't stop us from testing it. The dynamics are impressive. Curve, here we have good visibility. Yes, in this model, which is the XL with hybrid motorization, how much does it cost you? Close to the base price, it starts at $29,000. It's one of the cheapest. Don't you have some tech gadgets, like electric mirrors? The key is the conventional key. Here it is not a push-button key. But, well, it feels good. The suspension is a bit harder, if you want a feeling of a truck that feels like a truck. No. Like, let's say many of the pickup trucks nowadays that have quite comfortable modes. It seems as if you were driving a sedan. This suspension is a bit less forgiving. You manage to transmit the imperfections of the road, and the steering offers a certain level of precision, a bit harder in itself. I think the ride quality for someone who is looking for, let's say, the functionality of a truck and the everyday vehicle, well, it's the right one. Making that caveat that with this one in itself, it's not as hard as a Frontier's, the steering itself and the turning radius as well. When you're going to make a U-turn, it's a bit wider than the Frontiers. But anyway, it does give you that truck feeling. One issue with the Maverick is the pickup. Many people have concerns about it. Is the self-supporting body it has. That is, it does not have an independent chassis like a pickup truck, really. And that's what many say, well, that it's not a real pickup. But really, with what we've had the opportunity to test today, really for many people, It's going to serve the purpose and with the box, the functions of a pickup truck. Just for what they need. I mean, suitable for what they need. Now, if you want something much more durable with much more endurance, then go for the Ranger. Go for the F-150. But obviously, the bank account, the payment, is going to be much higher. The engine of the Maverick, well, it has a 2.0-liter turbocharged. The car I drive has a hybrid engine, which means it's assisted by an electric motor alongside the gasoline engine. 2.5 liters, and in combination, it generates 191 horsepower. We are talking about the XL, the XLT with hybrid motorization, and you can get it with all-wheel drive or wheel drive. And here we have come to a part where we are going to do some towing exercises, also on the autocross track. And I'm going to talk to you about the interior. The interior itself, the colors, textures were inspired. The interior designer worked on the Nike firm, or Nike as it is known in Latin America, from the sneakers. But this one itself, as it is one of the models, let's say, more basic, cheaper, it lacks the integration of those colors within itself, at least from my perspective. Here we have cloth seats. This screen is a bit bigger. Now it's 11-something inches. Within the segment, it is one of the screens, one of those that offers a larger screen. And when we talk about the segment, obviously the comparison would be with the Santa Cruz. Here in the compartment, we have a fully digital dashboard. It's quite simple, basic. You have your gas gauge, temperature gauge of the vehicle here on the left, and, well, the speedometer. Digital. The steering itself, here you don't find much luxury. You don't find leather, let's say. It's the normal steering. You have your cruise control buttons on the left, audio controls on the right. Here, very simple, very straightforward. It's vents, the modules for the air conditioning controls. Notice what happens if we turn on the emergency light. According to everything, let's say the buttons, not those. Some little details to talk to you about, and the key itself is a conventional key. Here we don't have the button for ignition. And you're paying, as I tell you, for this model, $29,000. Hard plastics, with some design and texture for visual variety, are to be expected in this price range. As if it had some bolts here to give it a sense of ruggedness. And, well, it has good space for bottles. This is your Maverick. It also has this part that can be removed to clean the storage area, just like its round selector, electronic emergency brake. And you can deactivate the traction control on this, which is all-wheel drive, and a small storage space. Also, the small space here for, I say small, relatively, because a couple of passengers here can travel comfortably, let's say, with enough space, the right one for the legs. We don't have any kind of roof on the Maverick, a roof, sliding or sunroof. And in this XL model, this is because you can get the Maverick, both with front-wheel drive and with all-wheel drive. This is the all-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive is conducive, not for a road like the one I'm enjoying at this moment. In this test drive, not with enough curve, this one comes equipped with the all-wheel drive, and at the level of acceleration punch, well, we take advantage a little on this slope. The hybrid 2.5 liters, 4 cylinders, I think it responds better than I would expect. This is how we reach the end with the shape. Let's see the XL. What did you think? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 3D Car Power 360 for the content I have, and, well, rate the Ford Maverick. 2025 from 1 to 10, what do you like the most? And versus a Santa Cruz, which one would you choose? From San Diego, on a rainy day like this, I send a big hug to the entire community that follows me on 3D Car Power 360. Well, see you in the next video. Bye.